Daniel's sharing. Okay. Hello, everyone.
All right. Okay, just want to make sure everybody can see me and hear me. Wave your hand if you can see me and hear me. I just want to make sure that I'm mic'd up and everybody's got the video. All right. Well, thank you for joining me here today. And we have Danielle is with us, Danielle Salisbury, and we have Isabel Lucente is helping out as well in the gallery. But I'm glad to see that we have so many familiar faces joining us via Zoom and some new faces as well. It's great to be able to get together for an event like this. I really wish we could all be in the gallery right now to see the show. It's really a beautiful show. And I definitely encourage you, if you can, to come by and see it in person. As you can see by this beautiful piece behind me, some of it you really do have to see in person to appreciate it. Although hopefully you were able to get an idea of some of the work that's here by the slideshow that we previewed at the beginning of the event. And then we'll be going around and taking a look individually at all the pieces of artwork in this show. So hopefully we'll get a good feel for it. Just a few housekeeping items before we get started. All the mics are muted, but you should be able to make comments into the chat box. And Daniel Lee White is joining us virtually. He's going to be monitoring all the chats. So if you have any questions for him, he'll either type in the answers, or if it's something that Danielle and I need to address, he'll let us know so that we can get your questions answered. We are going to be doing a tour of all the artwork, and we're going to be giving our artists a chance to talk about their pieces if they'd like to. Some of you have indicated you would like to say a few words, which we definitely encourage. Others of you would prefer not to, and that's fine. If you do have any questions for the artists, let's wait until the end of the tour. We did build in some time into the agenda so that everybody could ask questions of the artists if they would like to. And since this isn't a juried show, we don't have excellence awards. However, we did want to make it fun for everybody. So we have 3 prizes and we're going to be doing drawings. So we'll draw the names of all the artists that submitted works for this show. You're automatically entered into the drawing. And so we'll be kind of interspersing that throughout the program to kind of make it a little bit fun. And then I just wanted to mention that there's so many great things on the horizon here at the Warwick Center for the Arts. The biggest thing, I'm sure you guys have all seen this on Facebook or in the newsletter or in the paper, is we finally got to renew our lease with the city of Warwick. So that is absolutely wonderful. That means we can start working on some of the much needed renovations to the building. And hopefully we'll get that rolling really soon. So many thanks to Mayor Frank Picozzi and his amazing team for making that happen for us. It's great to really renew that relationship with the city of Warwick, and we're looking forward to great things with them. I also wanted to let everybody know that we posted our 2021 schedule on our webpage. So you can go in, you can visit it, you can see all the great exhibits we have from now until the end of 2021. We have a lot of our favorite exhibits coming back, the Rhode Island Open, digital art and photography, but we also have some really exciting new shows that we're going to preview this year. So we hope you'll take a look at that. And just checking to make sure I cover everything before I hand it over to Danielle. Oh, and finally, a big thank you to RISCA and Rhode Island Commerce for their grant funding. Without their generous support of our organization, we probably would not have been able to keep our doors open. So we are greatly appreciative to them for their financial support. And with that, I'm going to turn everything over to Danielle Salisbury. Danielle, the floor is yours.
Thank you. Okay. Good evening, everyone. Thanks for joining us virtually. This is, we're all figuring it out as we go along. But we have a good crew here that is available to give you a virtual gallery tour. I just wanted to make a quick comment about this particular exhibit. We had, I believe, 44 artists. We had close to 100 works of art, and we narrowed it down to 77, I believe. It's a real range of styles and media, and I'm really happy with how it turned out. I think there, you'll see everything from photography, sculpture to prayer flags, which is kind of an exciting centerpiece. We partnered with Heather Paris, who was doing this project, and we'll talk a little bit more about the prayer flags, but we partnered with her in the fall when we had our outdoor fundraiser, and visitors were able to come and make their own prayer flags. And she has incorporated lots of other prayer flags made by all kinds of community members. So in terms of the vision for the show, I think this is really about our community. It's about our membership. It's about honoring them and the work that they do. And it was really fun to work together as a board. So Aileen, our office manager, and myself collected all the entries and put them together into a file. They were unnamed, and we had our board of directors basically adjudicate the show. So that was a very fun process. So let's get started and have the tour. Are we doing, oh, we're gonna do the first door prize. Isn't this fun?
Can I invite Isabella Svente up to draw the
Okay. So this one is a gift certificate for the restaurant on Main Street in East Greenwich for La Masseria. Yay. And it goes to
Heather Paris.
Oh, how perfect. Heather Paris. Yay.
Congratulations. I'm going to step back because I took my mask off, but congratulations, Heather. I don't know if you're on the call tonight. So Heather will get a $50 gift card to La Masseria.
Awesome. I did see her on Facebook, so I think maybe she's watching live.
Okay, so now,
Excellent.
Let me get.
All right. So while they're getting camera ready to show you, we're going to start with those prayer flags.
I am mobile.
Okay. Our tech manager, Daniel Lee White, is doing a great job. Look at that. Okay, there goes Rebecca. She is taking you on a tour. Okay, so as you enter the gallery space, you see this look at that. I love that. It's festive, it's beautiful. And Heather's statement about the prayer flags, I'll give you a little bit of, I like the first line. She talks about how prayer flags are steeped in Buddhist tradition, but you do not need to be a Buddhist to appreciate or hang prayer flags. They have messages of peace and goodwill. And as the wind blows, actually, we should turn the heat on. As the wind blows, you'll see, they release the good intentions into the world. Hanging the flags is a sacred act of keeping selfless motivation, compassion, goodwill, and kindness in mind. The energy of anyone engaging with the flags, from artists to the installation, should be positive and wholesome. And I will say that Aileen and I felt very positive. And it was nice to have Heather and Christine come for when we were able to hang them. So this, as we mentioned, you're welcome to come visit the gallery in person, and you can see this and read more about the prayer flags. Okay, so does anyone have any questions about them? I'm trying. Oh, isn't that nice? Okay. And just so everybody knows, in the chat on Zoom, there's some more information about them. So the first wall that that you're looking at, and I have a very tiny little table podium here, so I'm trying not to drop anything. Okay, so Rebecca is now showing us Sheila Smith's painting. She actually has 3 in the show. They're very fun. I love the surrealism in that. And let's see, this is interesting trying to keep track of. Okay, so this is Sheila Smith's work. And she depicts people in abstract spaces, animals in incongruous settings. So we will point out her other 2 paintings as we go around the gallery later. And then right above that is Sharon D. Eisman's cold wax and oil painting. Sharon is on our board of directors. And I think, yeah, in the interest of time, I think I won't be reading the artist statements, but we will have them available for you to read more. These pastel pieces are lovely. There's 2 of them there. There's a set. Okay, awesome. I see. And Daniel's posting the artist statements, which is great because that way you guys can read them.
There's a request that you could read the title of each work, please.
Okay. Yes, I can do that. I don't know. Aileen, are you?
Do you want me to turn on my microphone and I can read the title?
Yes, that's a great idea. Okay, I'm going, because I can't read that far.
All right, this is Rebecca. I'm coming to you from the camera. I'm going to read the titles just because I'm a little bit closer to the pieces than Danielle. So this is Misquamicut Beach. This is a piece by Elaine Hardiman, pastel. And then I'm just going to jump up here to Elaine's other piece, Charleston Beach, which is also in pastel. Beautiful works of art that are surrounding Donna Marie Horan's photograph called Solo Swim. All right, and then we are going to move over to Michelle Keir's mixed media collage, and her piece is called Fond Memories. And I believe Michelle was interested in saying a few words, Danielle?
Yes.
Okay, so we'll just hold off a minute until we can get Michelle on the phone or on the call. Okay, I'm going to pan back and just show the whole wall for everybody while we're getting Michelle queued up.
I do not have Michelle in the room at this time unless she's under a different name.
Okay, why don't we come back to Michelle once Daniel's able to find her? We can come back to her piece so she can tell us a little bit about it. Okay, so we're going to move on to our next wall, just so everybody can see it in its totality. All right, so we're going to start with Bev Silva's mixed media piece, Rush Hour. And then above that is Paul Murray's photograph, A Whale for a Snack. And then we have Moonrise on the Quidneck by Aileen Quinn. Okay, this is Double Trouble by Lorraine Hines, oil painting. Oh, Michelle looks like Michelle's on the line. Well, I'm just going to finish this wall. I'll go right back to Michelle. And this is Dry Dock by Barbara Canning. And this is a collage piece. Okay, we're going to pan back to Fond Memories.
And
Hi, I'm Michelle Keir, and this is my piece. I had the idea of doing multi-canvases, and I was going to reuse ones that I had, and the one down at the right that has the cotton candy on it, I couldn't get some fluff off of it, and that's how it started to be the cotton candy, and eventually the whole thing turned into an amusement park or carnival look. And if somebody would turn the handle on the bottom,
Isabel, would you mind?
Corner.
Isabel's going to give it a try.
you turn it away from you. Turn it away. Yeah. Keep turning it, turn it around the crank, around. Away from you, towards the wall. Clank, 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 clank. She's not turning it. There it is. Keep going. I don't know why it's not working. Maybe it goes the other way now. Anyway, it's a music box and it's an interactive piece of work. And though I had the help of my caregivers, I have Parkinson's and I do very little artwork now because I've been so sick. But those balloons that you see are actually the fingers on gloves that caregivers give to protect them from and keep them sanitary or medical workers wear. And it kind of all evolved. I didn't know what I was doing and it just came pieces and done and I wish that music box was working. That was the most exciting thing.
Did
for
you
me
hear it?
because-
It was working.
Oh, I didn't hear it. Oh,
Can you
there it
hear
is.
that now?
Yeah. It's a small world after all. And it reminded me, and what it's made out of is a bracelet and earrings and the music box is underneath is hidden. A lot of them were found, that's where the crank is. And I had these little toy wooden things and that all those colors on the top are earrings. So it's a whole bunch of little things and it just came together and I wanted it to have the feeling of a carnival and found little things around the house that I kept adding on to it. And I'm very happy with it. It's the first time I did an interactive piece before. And as usual, I had no idea what I was doing when I started, but I'm really thrilled with the end piece. And I don't know if I'll be doing any more art because I've been feeling really ill, but Thank you for being there and showing my work so often.
Thank you, Michelle. We love it. And we love how it's hung here. We have the little duck looking out the window. It looks so beautiful. So thank you. And we hope to see more of your artwork in the future.
I hope so.
If
Thank
you
you.
can, keep creating. We love your stuff. And there we go. And everybody can get the full view of Michelle's piece right there. And thanks for sharing your process with us. Okay, and then we're going to move on to our next wall here. And if there are any other artists that want to talk about their pieces, please let us know. We'd love to hear from you guys. So I'm going to pan back so that we can see this whole wall. And then we'll go in one by one. And okay, it looks like Damon, when we get to his, would like to speak. All right, so this is photography. This is Lynn Albright's piece, Reflections at the Sculpture Trail. Okay, did Lynn want to speak? Okay, so we're going to let Lynn say a few words.
Hi, everyone.
Hi there.
This is such a great honor again to be in another show there. So I don't know how many of you are aware of this little sculpture trail in South Kingstown. It was, let's see, it was maybe December when I went, and very cold, like 25 degrees. And there's just this little pondish, sort of brackish water there. And I just couldn't believe how clear and colorful it was on such a drab day. And so I thought it was a lucky shot out of all the shots I took that day.
And the colors actually look gorgeous up hanging on the brick wall in the gallery. It was looked like they were made for each other.
Yeah, really pretty. I'm really happy with it.
Yes, great. Thank you, Lynn. All right, so I'm going to move up a little bit higher. And this is a piece by Robert Chase, a watercolor, Jesse. And then we have Maine Morning by Tanya Rickards. This is a piece done in acrylic. And this is Marsh Twilight by Claire Marshak. And this is oil.
Claire would like to say a few words about that.
Okay.
So that's Claire Marshak. See if we can find her and unmute.
All
There
right.
she is.
Hi, everyone. This is so much fun. Thank you for organizing this. I have two pieces in the show, and they're both very, very different. But this was actually a marsh out on the Cape, and it was that gorgeous time of day where it's dusk and it's just the low light. So I wanted to see if I could create that glow. And if you look closely at this painting, it's very, very thin. I started with a tonal underpainting, and then the wash on the gradation of the sky it's super thin. The other piece that I did, which was a cloud, is the total opposite. It's very, very thick paint. So there's a lot of opportunity to just keep putting more paint on. So it was very challenging to do this gradated sky, because you really don't have much chance to go back into it. So I was really happy with the way it turned out. And I just wanted to have just this feeling of calm and that magical time of day, trying to capture that dusk light. So thank you.
Thank you, Claire. There's so much beauty and subtlety in this painting. I just love looking at it. So thank you for sharing that with us.
Thank you.
And then we're going to move on to another piece of photography. This is by Caitlin Steer, and this piece is called Foaming Sunset. And I just want to give everybody a heads up as we're going through the tour. I'm actually walking around with the camera on a tripod, and since we have things hung up pretty high, a lot of times I'm lifting it up over my head to show you the paintings. So if you don't hear me very well at some of the paintings, it's just because I have the camera lifted so far above my head, it might be hard for my mic to capture it. So I'm going to try though. All right, so let's move on to our next wall.
And this is Damon.
This is, yeah, this is gonna be a little bit tricky because we do have some pedestals blocking my way. So I'm gonna try to find a place where I can get everything and then we'll go through one by one. All right. All right, so here's the wall in total, and then I'm gonna go up to Damon's piece up
Yep.
close so we can see it. He's gonna tell us a bit about it. All right,
And-
so this is 36
1 sec.
marks.
Okay, is Damon unmuted?
Campagna.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yeah,
I should be unmuted.
Okay.
Yeah. Oh yeah. So this is like, thanks for. It's great to be part of the show. It's super exciting. It's cool to like work with. I have, it's just great to be part of the show. I have these. I have this piece, and are there the other two pieces too?
Yep, we have two more of yours on the other side of the gallery.
Oh, cool. So this is just from a body of work that I've been doing for the last few years. I'm really a painter, but I've been doing a lot of printmaking the last couple of years. And I had started to think about how people are so involved with like their Fitbit and like, burning calories or, checking on their blood sugar or all these different like metrics that we take care of with our, medical everything, devices and everything else. And I started to really think about how, is the artist mark one of those kinds of things too? I mean, if you're like people say, oh, I'm part of I am my art, or it's like part of me, isn't the mark itself maybe one of those things like a heartbeat or respiration or something? So a lot of the work, this is a print, this is an etching. And because I'm coming from a background of painting, most of the printmaking I do is sort of is painting like or painterly. And they're usually one-offs. Like I don't edition, like there's just one. I might make a couple different versions and then pick the one I like the best, and the other ones I usually recycle and do something else with. And then sort of the other part of this work is one of these has a binder with it where the marks are sort of, I took a picture of each mark and I put it in a binder. And so part of that's sort of like the analysis of this sort of work, like actually analyzing, maybe analyzing what that could mean, or if there's any meaning behind the marks at all, or maybe there's just not,
Yeah. And we
So-
do have the book here in the gallery. If anybody stops by, they can definitely take a look at that.
Yeah, definitely look through it. I always feel like when I show stuff with the book, or sometimes there's like a device with it, like a microscope or a video camera or something like that. People are really afraid to play with it because they're in the museum setting, but I really encourage it. And anyway, yeah, and that's it really. I try to bring the work in my practice in general. I try to put it in sort of a 3-dimensional space, like the extended field, and try to figure out, well, how do you do something that's with printmaking that can be more than just something hanging on a wall? So,
You can definitely see the painterly effect in this. I think you really have to see it in person to see the variation in the color and the variation in the mark making. So thank you for sharing your process with us.
Thank you very much. Thanks.
Okay. All right. So we're going to move on to the next piece. This is a photography. This is Louise by Mark Jaffe. And then hanging right below that is another piece of photography. This is by Bonnie Jaffe, and this piece is called Body Language. So did either Mark or Bonnie?
I'm checking. I know they're on the call. I
Okay.
see them there.
We can come back
Um,
if either Mark or Bonnie wanted to speak about their pieces. If not, we're gonna
You know
move
what?
on.
You guys, I see you. So did you want to say anything? It's up to you. You can give me a thumbs up or thumbs down. Yes. Okay. Great.
Yes.
Yes. Okay. We just need to unmute. Unmute.
Here we are.
Daniel, can you?
Oh, okay.
Here we
I
go.
see them there.
Here we are. So my piece, which is on the bottom, body language, when we were pre-COVID, we always loved going to museums and taking pictures. And this was in a room at the Museum of Modern Art in New York. And it was just a room and it had white steps, almost like a platform. And I turned around and these people were sitting there kind of unrelated to each other and doing their own thing. So it was like a series of pictures that I took, and I just really was attracted to this image because the woman on the bottom was, you know, drinking something out of one of those like yogurt packs. And then the people up top, one was on her phone, the other one was just staring. So it spoke to me. So that's the story of that image. You want to talk about Luis?
Oh, sure.
Panning up.
Yeah, I think this is a really fun photograph, Bonnie. I enjoy it so much. It's different the way that the images, the people are cropped at different places. I just think that it just has such a fun feeling to it. I really like this one.
Thank you.
And did Mark want to speak about his photo?
I didn't want to, but I will say one thing, I guess.
Okay, let me move this up.
I mean, mostly what I enjoy is street photography. I've been doing more black and white lately. This is actually a street portrait. Sometimes I'll do portraits of people. I got in kind of close and took that shot. Interesting person. Elsewhere, you're going to see other kinds of street photography where I'm more standing back, taking group shots. But that's it.
Okay, well, thank you. Okay. And we're going to move over here. Here's another one of Damon's pieces that he was telling us about. This is called 71 Marks. And now I'm going to back up. We are at our back gallery wall now. This is another piece by Robert Chase, a watercolor called Wendy. Everybody can see that one. It looks beautiful back here. Okay, and this is another one of Sheila Smith's oil paintings. This one is called Cow at Sea. And here we have an oil painting. This one is by Lorraine Hines, and this is called Tea Time. And below that, this is a painting by Betsy Ritz. This is oil as well, and this is called Soutine's Fiddle. All right, so we're going to move to this very large piece in the back. I might not be able to get the full thing in my camera view just because of where the, oh,
Oh, no, I'm wrong. That's
Sorry.
which one? You are getting it. Yeah,
Sorry.
you got it.
this is called Maelstrom. This is an acrylic painting by Denise Wilhelm. And this is interesting because it is actually on two panels side by side, but it is in fact one piece, which it's beautiful. See it in person, just the depth of the color. So I'm gonna step around here. I'm just trying not to fall off the stage. Okay. Then we're moving on to another oil painting. This is called The Boathouse by Carolyn Hagee Kent. And the lights are a little bit bright back here. Trying to get it so that there's no glare. And now we have a piece of photography. This is by Cindy Wilson, and this is called Lone Tree in the Mist. Once again, I apologize for the glare from the lights, but it's hard to change that.
Cindy is teaching a Photoshop class at the moment, so
Oh,
she's
yes.
not on the call.
All right, and now we have Sheila Smith's third piece. This one is called Potholes Number 3, also oil. And now we're moving over to two pieces by Dan Lake. This one is called Looking Up. This is an oil painting.
Yep. I saw Dan on the call in the Zoom room, so let me just take a quick look.
And
See if
this
he's-
is called Mike's Hobie. This is also by Dan. And if you would like to say a few words, just let me know.
So Dan, yeah, thumbs up. Okay,
Okay.
awesome. So let's unmute Dan Lake. Dan is the president of the East Greenwich Art Club as well, and a regular exhibitor here at Warwick Center for the Arts. Let's see. There we go.
Okay. I think I'm on. Is that correct?
Can you hear him?
Can you hear me?
Dan, you are on.
Can you
Oh.
hear me?
Dan,
I
we
can
can
hear,
hear
oh,
you.
I can hear you. I can see you now too.
Okay, good. I just wanted to speak to the fact that this was a bit of a collaboration because I went to a regatta of Hobie Cats, a lot of nice people that are really into their sailing. And I wanted to take a lot of pictures to do some paintings, but I didn't have the right camera gear nor the skills. So Paul Murray came with me and took hundreds of pictures. And I've been able to work with them for the past year to parse out things I wanted to paint from all the photos he provided. So I've got a lot of material, and I've been successful in painting these because I love the color, I like the lines, and the idea of figures all came together to offer an awful lot of rich material. So I've been having fun. I've posted about 15 of these right now. And actually, the people in the pictures, when they spot themselves, they'll often buy the pictures, which is kind of neat.
Now,
even
are
though-
the people in the photos, were they people that you knew, or did they just happen to be
No.
people that Paul caught photos of?
No, I knew one or two people who were involved with the regatta who brought me to it. But no, I didn't know most of the people. But what I do is I've posted these to a Hobie Cat site that has thousands of people on it. And the folks from the local regatta, the local fleet, see the pictures. And the one over my shoulder, if you can see me here, I finished it last week and I posted it. And within 15 minutes, the mother of the boy in that picture saw it and emailed me to buy it, which
Wow, oh, that's a great story.
it's kind of neat.
That is.
And all I can tell you is that I'm having success picking up a few commissions here and there based on that from people who just love their boats. So I'm having fun
People
with
do
it.
love their boats.
And I've had fun with it because, as I said, the color, the lines, the compositions that are possible are all there in those hundreds of photos Paul provided. I have to really thank him for the richness.
They are, they're beautiful paintings. And I love the story that you collaborated with Paul Murray on them. So that makes them even more special.
It does to me too, because Paul's a good friend. Thank you.
All right, thank you. Okay, so we're going to move over here to a piece of sculpture. So I can get in close enough so that we can see it. So this piece, it's called Remains 2 by Marguerite DeLucia Hall.
Let's see.
And I'm just going to try to get it from another angle just so you can see kind of the dimensional aspect of it. But this is a really interesting piece of ceramics. Definitely something worth coming to see in person. Okay. Now we are going to move on to, we have two paintings by Michael Pekala. This one is called The Rooster. This is acrylic paint on upholstery fabric. Once again, if you see it in person, you can really see how textural it is. And then another one from the series is right above it. This is called The Seahorse. And I'm trying to navigate the tripod without knocking over the sculpture. So thumbs up for me for not knocking anything
Yeah.
over.
Yeah.
This is an acrylic painting. This is by Christine Kellerman, and this is called Coastal Roasters.
Hi. Okay, she's waving.
Oh, okay.
Hi, everybody. My house is a little noisy. My house is a little bit noisy.
That's okay.
I don't really have much to say. I have did the artist statement go up? Yeah.
I think Danielle has the artist statement. I think Daniel's going to post it. I love the shadows that you've captured in this on the backs of the chairs and the table. Very, very nice.
Thank you.
Very
A
appealing.
lot of people say that. It was that time of day. It was kind of like late afternoon. But basically, this was a work that I started quite a few years ago, and I kind of started it, and then I never finished it. So I was able to finish it during shutdown, which I was able to finish a lot of pieces that I half started. So that was the good part about shutdown, was I was, devoting the time to finish up some unfinished pieces.
Yep, that's a very good glass half full outlook. So I like that. So thank you for sharing it with us.
Thank you.
Okay, I'm going to move the camera up. This is another piece by Lorraine Hines. This is an oil painting called Lovely Little Petunias.
Here.
Sure.
Okay, I think I'm unmuted. I noticed that Lorraine is, I think, in the Zoom room. Yes, there she is. Hi, Lorraine. And she may want to say a few things, but I also just wanted to put out a little plug. One of the shows that we have coming up in the spring is Lorraine's group, Painters Over Light. We're very excited about that. It's going to be a group show. Let me just check my dates. Coming up March 18th.
Yes. Thank you. I'm enjoying this is the first time I've actually watched one of the exhibits like this virtually. It's great. The work that I've been working a lot on flowers more recently. And I think during the COVID, that was just a positive subject matter to work on and everything. And yes, Painters Over Light will be there the middle of March to the middle of April. And we're looking forward to it. And thank you very much for the opportunity. Thank you.
Thank you, Lorraine. Okay, and here is Damon's third piece, part of his series of prints. This is 118 marks. And we're moving along. We'll just kind of show you the wide view of this wall, just so you can see how this grouping of paintings looks together. And we'll start with, this is acrylic on canvas. This is by Eveline Lupi, and it is called Pink Maestro. Is it in the frame? Danielle? Yeah. Okay. Sorry, this one is really high on the wall, so I'm trying to get it in the frame for everybody. And as we come down, this is a watercolor by Aileen Quinn, and this is called Early Summer Water Iris. As we scooch over to the left, this is an oil painting by Didem Kokturk. It is called Pod Life.
Okay, I see her on the screen. Let's see if we can unmute. There we go.
Hi. Can you hear me?
Can anybody
Do
hear?
we have you there?
Yep, I'm here. Can you hear me? Am I unmuted?
I'm not sure.
I'm not getting any audio.
No? Can't hear me? Oh, someone can hear
Okay,
me.
it sounds like the people on the call can hear her. I just can't hear her here in the
Okay.
studio. So
Right. Okay, good.
So, thank you.
have somebody give me a thumbs up when we should move on. I just don't want to cut anybody off.
So thank you. I'll bring up my volume a little. So thank you for having me and my work at the Warwick Center. This is the first exhibit that I'm a part of. This painting, I think if I had done it any other year, I probably would have named it something else. But the groupings together like that all alone reminded me of the pods that we've been traveling in since the pandemic. So I named it the Pod Life, and just makes me remember just being in little clusters for all of 2020 and a little bit of now. So that's it for me.
All right, so I think the people on the call were able to hear Diadem. Unfortunately, in the
Yes.
gallery, it was very muted, but thank you for sharing with us, and we're really happy to have your piece in the show. So we're going to move up to the next piece. This is the second piece by Claire Marshak. If you remember, she was kind of comparing and contrasting her two pieces earlier. So this is the one that she took a slightly different approach to her technique. And this is called Yearning. All right, let's move along to the other side of the gallery and take a step back and look at this grouping of works. And then we're going to start with, this is a photograph by Cindy Wilson. This is called After the Rains. And this is a mixed media, a multimedia collage. This is the second piece by Betsy Ritz. This is called When, Oh When, Shots for Everyone. And this is one of those pieces where there's a lot going on in it. I'm going to try to zoom in closer so that you can maybe see some of the images within the image. One of the things I love about collage, oh, Betsy's here. Betsy, would you like to say a few words? Daniel can unmute you.
Okay.
Hi, Betsy.
Hi, thank you for including me. This piece is a collage of kind of the innards of people, and then the shots are the outwards. And I actually put the shots on the outside of the glass. And I think it's kind of a because I think this time I would be crying right now because it's just everything is so chaotic and bad. So I kind of tried to make it almost something playful to counter, the hard times we're living in. And so anyway, it was supposed to be kind of a juxtaposition. And
yeah, I love it. And I love how it's like the body parts are layered with the imagery, and every time you look at it, kind of something else sneaks up on you. Okay, so thank you for sharing that with us, Betsy.
And I had the fiddle that was back. We did that a few minutes.
Soutine's fiddle.
I just wanted to mention that I play fiddle, and Soutine is a painter who paints kind of in that mode of very painterly brushstrokes. So that's why I called it Soutine's fiddle. But I have been taking fiddle classes on Zoom, which is another symptom of these days, because usually I would do that in person, but it's kind of a crazy time to have a fiddle class on Zoom. But
so had you played fiddle at all before, or is that something completely new that you picked up?
No, I've been playing in person in Cumberland at the Blackstone River Theater in classes.
Oh,
there.
Okay. Oh, wow.
But everything's had to move to Zoom these days. So.
Oh, well, that's kind of neat that you're able to combine the art and the music with the painting of the fiddle. I really like that. So we may be able to circle back to that as we come back to that side of the gallery again.
Okay, thank you for having my work today. Thank you.
I'm sorry, I didn't hear the last part, Betsy.
She said thank you.
Oh, okay, sorry. It's a little bit hard to hear in here. Okay, so this next piece, it's tapestry, handwoven tapestry by Jane Austen. It's called Chaos, Pandemic Nights. Try to get in close. See, and then below that is this really neat assemblage by Bev Silva. This is called Stick Figure Assemblage. I think my favorite part of it is the paintbrush that's actually used for the head. Oh, I think that is Bev on the call. I saw somebody pop up saying they wanted to say a few words. I didn't recognize the name. Maybe that was Bev. Oh, okay. Oh, okay. You know what? Why don't we let Janet talk about her piece just because we're right here, and then we can maybe finish this one section and then take our break? Okay. All right. Okay, Janet,
Hi.
there we go.
I'm really glad it's hanging kind of between the big paintings because that way you know how small it is, because I was going to talk about the size of it and I couldn't remember the exact dimensions. This was woven back in like April or something, so last spring. And right at the beginning of the pandemic, my favorite loom company came out with a new loom that is designed to be kind of something you stick in your purse. And a cool little loom. Now, I mean, I have lots of looms already, but this one's a little different than all the rest. And I think because I was feeling sorry for myself, I'm like, yeah, I should just buy one. So I bought it and I was testing it, and I was just testing it with that red color that's at the bottom. And then I had this weird idea, because I've been working on a series called Chaos for like over 10 years. And most of the Chaos tapestries have a colored border around them. And I just realized, like, maybe I don't have to put the border all the way around. Maybe the border could just be at the bottom. So I don't know what you call that when it's a border, but it's just at the bottom. So it's kind of
is the border, is that fabric wrapped around a canvas, or what did you?
Oh no, I'm talking about the red border. So the tapestry itself is mounted on a fabric covered stretcher, you know, like wooden stretcher bars with fabric.
Okay.
That's just like the presentation. That's like the frame.
Oh, the border, but you meant the red border.
No,
actually,
but the red border. I don't know. It's like a border that's at the bottom. I'll have to think of a better term for it. And then I was looking through the designs. I have like kind of a collection. Actually, you can probably see one behind me. I have a collection of Xeroxes that I've used for the designs for this series. It actually did start with a painting and then a sketch I did of that, and then blowing it up on Xeroxes. So, you know, looking through them, most of the pieces in this series are kind of white and black, or white with black. This one is almost entirely black. And it's just, I guess, the way I was feeling, and the red too, you know, just red, thinking about people being really sick.
Yeah, I mean, the colors look great. They're deep, but they kind of pull you right into it.
Well, the wool, I mean, there's something about wool. The colors in wool are different than the colors of paint, because the wool doesn't reflect at all. It just kind of like absorbs a bunch of light, so you can get really intense colors. And I use a lot of color blending, where I don't take one piece of yarn. I use thin yarn and take 3 or 4 pieces. And so.
Okay, so you can get a lot of depth in your color that way.
Yeah, you can do gradations and stuff like that. So anyway, that is kind of like the beginning of some small Chaos tapestries going into the future.
Yes, well, we're really glad to have it as part of this show, and thank you for sharing your process with us.
Sure.
All right. So next to Chaos is a mixed media piece by Wells Moore, and this is called Halloween Parties. And below that is another assemblage. This is by Mary Belden Brown, and this one is called Monkey Business. So hopefully everybody can get a good view of that. And then the last piece in this section is a drawing by Kristen DeSano, and this is in ink, and this is called Three Sisters. I hope you guys can all see the detail in this piece. Is Kristen here? Okay, if she's able to say something, we can definitely bring her in. Oops. All right. Okay, so I think we're going to take a short break and do our second raffle. So Daniel, if you can put the spotlight back on Danielle in the
Okay,
gallery.
so you don't have to run around. I'll do it from up here. So this is a basket that Rebecca actually put together. You called it the R&R basket. There's all kinds of lovely things in there. There's some tea and wine and a bath bomb, a mandala coloring book. So, would you like to draw names?
Dun, 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 dun. Oh, Kristen DeSanta.
Oh my gosh!
Oh,
that's so
funny.
funny.
We were just showing her work.
Wait, but the
Congratulations.
same thing happened with Heather.
Oh, wow.
That's weird. Okay.
It is weird. Okay,
Alright,
congratulations,
to
Kristen.
So I'm going to put this little tag in with here, just so we know that that's Kristen's. Wow, that's
Okay.
very cool. For us tonight.
So I did see that a couple things I wanted to just say. Let's see, somebody else joined. Cindy, no, wait a minute. Did I see Cindy Wilson join recently? And I thought maybe. Anyway, feel free, guys, to use the chat if you're there and you want to say something. We are monitoring the chat. Yeah, okay. Cool, so we'll pick up where we left off.
All right.
Oh, yeah. And I actually do have the slides now in front of me if you need to reference anything.
Oh, okay.
I've got the images now. I wasn't.
All right, let's all right, so, oh, we do have a question. Are there awards tonight? So this is not a juried show, so we're not giving out excellence awards. That's why we decided to do the drawings instead, just to give people kind of a chance to be recognized, but you know, not make it competitive because we didn't actually do a juried show. All right, so this is Dan Lake's third piece. I know he spoke to us a little bit about his process, but this is the third piece in the series that he submitted for this show. This is also oil, and this is called Mike's Boat on the Water. And this is actually in a really beautiful wood frame. It's gonna be a little bit different. Okay, and actually it's hanging right next to a photograph by Paul Murray, who we were just talking about earlier, was collaborating with Dan on his series. This photo is called Living the Dream. And below that is we have this photograph by Cindy Wilson, and this is called Sentinel on a Hill. Some really beautiful photographs in tonight's show. Okay. And we're going to move over now to one of our other ceramics pieces. This is called Pit Fired Bottle. This is also in clay, and it is by Marguerite DeLucia Hall. I'm going to try to move around to the side so you can see some of the variation in the firing. It's a little bit hard because the corner, but this is really, really a beautiful piece. And this is the third piece by Bev Silva. This is called To the Air, and this is collage. And this is another piece. This is by Sharon Eisman. Danielle, do you have the title on Sharon's piece?
Yes, that is called
Mystery Woman. So this is a drawing by Sharon D. Eisman called Mystery Woman. And as Danielle mentioned, Sharon is one of our board members. And all right, this is an acrylic assemblage by Aileen Quinn called Dee Dee's Wake. It's up really high.
Aileen, I think you should come out and say a few
I
words.
hope you guys were able to see that. That was a big stretch. Oh, actually, Jen's gonna try it just because.
There you go. Come on out.
Oh, Aileen, okay. Which piece would you like to talk about?
Talk about Dee Dee's Way.
Okay, I'll let Jen hold the camera up there then. I have to talk really loud though, because
Okay.
the microphone's on the camera.
So that one I did when my aunt passed away, and she had the painting in her living room of Homer's freezing up. So that was my my interpretation of that for her. And, the butterflies too. She had a butterfly collection, so I put the butterfly in the boat to symbolize her after she passed. Thank you, Yvette.
Actually, I'll come over here and grab it and I can show it.
As I'm sure most of you know, Aileen is that friendly face that you often see in the office when you're dropping off your artwork. Oh, this is one of my favorites.
And this is a photograph. This is also by Mark Jaffe. This is Crazy Burger, which is actually one of my favorite restaurants in Narragansett. So I was really happy when I saw this photo. Okay, and I know Mark's already talked a little bit about his work. Okay, we are now going to move over to the standing pedestals to finish up our show. All right, so this is a piece by Robin Beckwith. It's water media, and this is called Climate Arsonist.
I believe she's on the call and I would love to hear about this. Let's see.
So we'll see if Robin's able to join us.
Yes, and she did actually say that she was available to say a few words. So let's see. Robin Beckwith. Ah, yes. Okay. She's still muted. We'll get there. Okay.
Robin, if you wish to speak, just go ahead and accept the ask to unmute. If not, just wave to us and we'll know that you're not up for speaking right now. She's all set.
All right. So let's move to the other side of this pedestal. Let me just zoom out. And then we're going to zoom in close. This piece is a collage by Barbara Canning. This is her second piece in the show, and this is called The Gift. And once again, I apologize for the glare. It's a little bit hard to see the image, but this, I'm going to try to shade it, but okay. It's really a lovely piece. And then once again, I'm apologizing for the glare. We're getting a lot of reflection on this one. This is Magical Universe by Jane Rollins. I highly suggest that you take a look at the slideshow. We're going to post it live. You'll be able to see this piece much better and do it justice. And then this, once again, and this is a photograph by Bonnie Jaffe. This is Nowhere Man. Take a look at it in the slideshow so you can really do it justice without the glare. It's just this time of night with the lights on, this area, the gallery just gets a lot of reflection. So, and then the third side of this stand, some more really lovely pieces. This is a photography piece by Donna Marie Horan. This is called Full Moon. And then below that, We also have another very atmospheric piece, and this is Mountain Sky by Caitlin Steer. Okay, and we'll move over to our next stand. Okay, and this is Abyss by Carolyn Hagee Kent. This is acrylic on paper. And the orange line work is just beautiful on this. And we're going to move down to Wells Moore's piece. This is called Dude Looks Like a Lady, and this is mixed media on paper. And another piece by Carolyn Hagee Kent. And this is called Vertigo, and this is acrylic on paper. And we're going to scoot along to the other side here. Okay, this is Birds of a Feather. This is watercolor and collage by Robin Beckwith. Once again, the glare makes this area not optimal, but you will see it in the slideshow. And Mark Jaffe's photograph, Waiting to Cross. There's a lot of action going on here. Okay. And now we're just going to take a look at, we have a couple pedestals in the back of the gallery. We'll kind of round out our show. Okay. And we have two pieces here by our own Patty Johnston Martucci. This is collage in acrylic in a frame, and it's very dimensional. From the side, it's kind of almost 3D. And then we have another piece here, Markers and Pencil. This is also by Patty Martucci, and this is called Colorful Squared. Okay, and this is watercolor and acrylic, and this is by, I apologize if I mispronounce your name, Iwana Lapsik. Danielle, do you know if that's correct?
Sorry,
Iwana Lapsik, is that correct pronunciation?
That does sound right. I can't say for sure. But
I apologize if I am saying your name wrong, but this is a really, really nice piece. And if you see it in person, you can see how the it's a watercolor painting, but the acrylic on the frosting gives it a lot of texture, which is really nice. And then going to move over here. And this is Winter Peace. This is an acrylic painting by Kimberly Sammartino. And then the last pieces I'm going to show, these are my pieces, and I save them to last kind of as a plug because we are doing a workshop. These are collage blocks. They're kind of three-dimensional collages that have kind of an art journaling feel to them. But we're going to be doing a workshop, one workshop for kids and then one workshop for adults if anybody's interested in making their own collage story blocks. And I think I just saw a text message pop up. Somebody didn't see something.
Yep, I will work on the
Oh.
class.
Oh, thank you for reminding me. I don't want to leave anything out.
Class will be March 3rd.
You're right. We did miss this one, and thank you for letting me know. So we have Wildness. This is Jane Rollins as well. This one, luckily, the glare is not so bad, so you can get a much better feel for this piece of hers. Beautifully lettered in mixed media. And we have Bright Side of the Sun by Ren Gordon, and this is an ink drawing. Really, really nice image to round out our exhibit tonight. All right, so I think unless anybody feels that I've missed something, Danielle, Isabel, let me know. I feel like we've covered everything. I'll just kind of give a round view of the gallery to give you a feel for what the show itself looks like. Oh, Jen Lucente, turn around and wave to everybody. This is our treasurer, Jen Lucente. All right. And okay, so Daniel, you can switch my camera off.
Okay.
Go back to Danielle.
All right, cool. I just wanted to say that the slideshow is going to be on our website, so you'll be able to take a look at the artworks in a little bit more detail on the website. And we are working on posting upcoming classes that will be both online and in person. And we do have, before anybody scoots away, we do have one more, one more raffle prize. And I'm trying to think if there's any other, again, if anyone wants to ask questions of the artists, please feel free to put it in the chat. We have, we're monitoring everything. Oh, glad you could be here, Kristen. That's great. Yeah, and Lynn, I'm glad you made it in. Lynn had asked about our evening hours, and we will try to get a Thursday evening during the run of this show. Okay, so Rebecca's holding hand-painted wine glasses made by
Aileen Quinn.
Oh, they're gorgeous.
They're beautiful.
Look at that.
And a bottle of wine to go with them.
Yes, a lovely
So
bottle
this
of
is our
wine.
third prize. So let's grab the. Oh, Iz, you want to do the honors?
Okay. This is the last artist.
Marguerite DeLucia Hull.
Oh,
yay.
the
She did
ceramics,
sculptures, the
pottery.
ceramics, yeah.
Yay, congratulations. Was Marguerite on the call?
I didn't see her. Let's see. Thank you, Denise. Wonderful. Okay. All right. Does anyone have any questions? Anything? I mentioned Rebecca's
The people
class.
who should plan on coming by or making arrangements to
Right.
stop by when they're comfortable doing so.
Yes. So we will hold those prizes. You can either come in to see the show and pick up your prize, or get it when you pick up your artwork. The show, thank you, Jaffe's. Great to have you on with us. The show runs until March. Yes. Right. So, and like I said, after that, we will have the group show Painters Over Light, very, very high-end painters, and they will be doing some demos, which is really kind of cool. They're going to do some daytime streaming
I'm looking forward
of
to that.
yeah. And then, we posted on the website the upcoming exhibit schedule. I know somebody did comment in Facebook that how do you get involved? How do you submit work? So please visit our website, www.warwickcfa.org, to find out about upcoming call for art. Let me just see, anybody else? Robin Beckwith did not speak. I was hoping, I didn't see on the call, but I really would love to learn more about that piece. Yeah.
You can do a class of water media.
Yeah. And also, I did this with the Rhode Island Open show, and it was great. If anybody wants to come in, I'm happy to do a little interview. We can feature your artwork on our social media and have a conversation to share with our community. So thank you so much, everyone. As you know, we are navigating this by the seat of our pants all the time. Again, thank you to Rhode Island Commerce for giving us a grant a couple months ago, and RISCA helping us to keep the lights on. So, all right, come by and see the show, and have a good night. Everybody stay safe.